Welcome to a new chapter filled with drama in the world of the Real Housewives. While many admire the glitz and glamour these stars exude, few know the dark secrets lurking beneath their perfect exteriors. From intricate financial fraud to clever lies, some housewives have crossed the line into criminality, facing unimaginable consequences. Join us as we uncover the shocking story of a real housewife whose pursuit of a lavish lifestyle landed her a federal prison sentence. Erika Jayne. Where to start? If there's anyone on Bravo who embodies the phrase money trouble, it's her. When she debuted on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in 2015, Erika was living the high life, even by Bravo's extravagant standards. She resided in a sprawling Los Angeles mansion complete with lush gardens and its own chapel, all while a glam squad costing $40,000 a month catered to her every beauty need. But everything changed when she filed for divorce from her husband, disgraced attorney Tom Girardi, in 2020. "We've been married 15 and a half years. Being broke sucks, and being rich is a lot better," she reflected. Just a month after announcing their split, Tom was hit with a torrent of legal troubles, including serious allegations that he embezzled millions from his clients. Suddenly, Erika found herself swept up in the chaos, with critics claiming she must have known about the embezzlement and alleging that her company, EJ Global, was just a cover. Despite the mounting accusations, Erika has consistently denied any wrongdoing and maintains her innocence in court. As if navigating her own legal battles wasn't enough, she also had to return a pair of $750,000 diamond earrings that Tom had gifted her. "I've never met anyone like Tom Girardi. He was magic," she once said, capturing the complicated mix of admiration and turmoil that now defines her life. Dorit Kemsley and her husband, Paul Kemsley, better known as PK, seem to have it all, but their spending habits might raise a few eyebrows. Like many housewives, Dorit has explored various side ventures, including her passion for fashion. She launched a swimwear line in 2017, financing it with a hefty $205,000 loan from her then business partner. However, trouble was already brewing when they allegedly failed to repay the loan the following year. While Dorit insists that everything was eventually settled privately, that was just the beginning of their financial woes. The drama escalated when another former business partner stepped forward, claiming he had loaned PK over $1 million years ago, but had only received $250,000 back in interest before the partner dropped his claims in 2019. "Let me ask you a question. Do you trust your husband?" Dorit responded, implicitly. That same year, PK faced accusations of owing the Bellagio Casino in Las Vegas more than $3.5 million. This legal battle dates back to 2013, when PK allegedly made partial repayments before filing for bankruptcy in the UK. While they reached a payment plan agreement, PK failed to follow through as scheduled. By 2021, even after settling some debts, the couple reportedly still had $1.3 million in tax liens hanging over them. Kim Richards has become one of Bravo's more troubled stars, garnering concern from the network itself. In fact, Andy Cohen revealed that they were so worried about her drinking that they covered the costs for her rehab stay in 2011. Although Kim is now sober, her struggles continue, particularly with financial issues. Kim has always been a big spender. The moment she turned 18 and received her earnings from movies and TV, she splurged on a stunning Porsche, a source revealed. While she began her career as a child actor, her adult years have proven far less lucrative. By 2018, Kim found herself facing accusations of owing the IRS nearly $120,000 in back taxes, and it remains unclear if she ever settled that debt. Her financial troubles didn't stop there. That same year, she was hit with a hefty bill of over $266,000 after her dog attacked a neighbor, and Kim neglected to respond to the lawsuit. But perhaps the most dramatic moments came from her family dynamics, particularly during her time on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Fans will remember the explosive season when Kim and her sister Kyle Richards clashed over their late mother's house. Kim accused Kyle of taking and selling the property, leading to a heated exchange. "Everything that I have done for you, I'm always there for you." Kyle shot back, "Everything you've done for me." To which Kim erupted, "You stole my goddamn house." The tension laid bare their complicated relationship, showcasing just how deep Kim's struggles run. If you want to explore the journey with me, please leave number 1 and watch this video until the end. Interesting things are waiting for you in the video. Former Real Housewives of Orange County star Lynne Curtain faced a financial crisis that played out dramatically on screen. In 2010, the Curtain family was abruptly evicted from their luxurious Southern California home, a moment captured as Lynne's 2 daughters were home alone and received the eviction notice. In a panic, they called their mother, who felt a wave of guilt for not having received the notice herself. "I feel guilty as hell," she confessed, wishing she had been aware of the impending crisis. Confronting her husband Frank, Lynne learned that he couldn't cover the $10,000 security deposit for their new place, admitting he had screwed up. This admission came with heavy consequences, leading Lynne to realize the full extent of their financial troubles. After 22 years of marriage, she decided to file for divorce. That year was a whirlwind of legal battles for Lynne, as she also filed for bankruptcy, claiming she had just $100 in her bank account. With an income of only around $3,000 a year from her jewelry line and monthly expenses of about $500, the situation was dire. On top of everything, TMZ reported that the couple owed the IRS $30,000. Despite the chaos of her reality TV days, Lynne has moved on and continues to work on her jewelry line, showing admirable resilience in the face of adversity. What problems doesn't Teresa Giudice face? When she's not flipping tables or catching heat for hosting a birthday party during the pandemic, she's navigating the chaotic financial and legal fallout from her tumultuous life. For years, Teresa and her now ex-husband Joe Giudice have been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. In 2009, they declared bankruptcy, claiming to be nearly $11 million in debt. Fast forward to 2013. And both faced charges for mail, wire, and bank fraud. The couple pleaded guilty, leading to Teresa serving nearly a year of her 15-month prison sentence, while Joe spent 41 months behind bars. Upon his release, Joe was deported to Italy, as he wasn't a U.S. citizen despite living in the country for most of his life. After her time in prison, Teresa's ventures, like her wine brand and cookbook collection, took a hit. She revealed that much of her income was funneled into Joe's deportation case and settling her own debts. In a poignant moment on The Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa expressed her resentment toward Joe for the financial instability he brought into her life. "I should be much further along with all my businesses. I built up so much, and then everything came crashing down because of the legal issues." Karen Huger, star of Real Housewives of Potomac, has always had her finances under scrutiny. Back in 2017, she found herself in hot water with the IRS, with reports suggesting that she and her husband, Ray Huger, owed millions. Despite living in one of the wealthiest zip codes in the country, they made headlines when they sold their Potomac home for less than its market value and moved to a less affluent suburb in Virginia. Throughout it all, Karen maintained that there was nothing amiss with Ray's financial situation, insisting on camera, "Is the move a result of the tax issue?" No. However, during an interview with People, she conceded that the reality was a bit more complicated. While she remained tight-lipped about specifics regarding liens or back payments, she acknowledged the struggles. Her castmates weren't convinced, suggesting that it wasn't savvy business moves that got Ray out of trouble, but rather Karen stepping in to help. Undeterred, the reality star took to Instagram, stating, "I don't see a problem with that." Her bold confidence in the face of financial uncertainty continues to make her a compelling figure in the franchise. Jacqueline Laurita, like many housewives before her, has faced the daunting challenge of maintaining a glamorous Bravo lifestyle. "When I first moved to Franklin Lakes, I was a little turned off. It seemed that all anyone talked about was their cars and money," she reflected. The trouble began in 2009 when Jacqueline's husband, Chris Laurita, filed for bankruptcy for his clothing company, Signature Apparel, and faced accusations of filing under false pretenses. Meanwhile, Jacqueline found herself in a financial bind, owing over $300,000 in back taxes by 2016. She insisted that her debt stemmed from the everyday stresses of life rather than poor money management, attributing it to unexpected medical expenses and other significant costs that hit hard. Jacqueline left the show after season 7 but continued to make headlines due to her ongoing financial struggles. In 2019, Chris made news for attempting to sell their valuables on Facebook Marketplace in an effort to tackle their debt. Among the items he hoped to part with were film memorabilia, furniture, and a poker table. Items he claimed no longer fit his new home's style. Danielle Staub, a memorable force on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, has had a rocky relationship with finances. After her departure from the show, she found herself in hot water when her landlord sued her for over $6,000 in unpaid rent. Despite losing her job, Staub didn't hesitate to splurge in other areas, raising eyebrows about her financial priorities. Her struggles were no surprise, as she filed for bankruptcy in 2012, with liabilities reportedly reaching a staggering $1.9 million. Following a brief third marriage that ended just months later, Staub found herself homeless. According to the divorce agreement, her ex-husband listed their multi-million-dollar Bergen County home for sale in 2019 because she couldn't afford to buy him out. By June 2020, court documents showed that Staub was ordered to vacate the home and owed her ex $50,000 in loan repayments. This led her to a new apartment, which has brought her just as much stress as the costly house once did. Alexis Bellino was the quintessential Real Housewife of Orange County, complete with a husband, Jim Bellino, who wasn't exactly on board with her working outside the home, twins who celebrated over-the-top birthday parties, and a deep devotion to her faith, showcased by her Swarovski crystal Bible. But behind the glitzy facade, life was far more complicated than what viewers saw on screen. "I don't know if Jim would want me to pursue any career outside of being with him and our kids," she confessed. Shortly after Alexis joined the show, their family home faced foreclosure in 2010 when they defaulted on a multi-million-dollar loan. Ironically, they spent years and a fortune renovating the very house they barely occupied. According to Radar Online, Jim insisted that the situation was exaggerated, framing the loss as just part of the risky world of commercial and residential real estate that had made him wealthy. He clarified that it was his company, not him personally, that filed for bankruptcy. Ultimately, they managed to avoid foreclosure but ended up with a short sale, letting go of the home at a significant loss. Fast forward to today, and Alexis's life has transformed for the better. She's found financial stability and has moved on from Jim. In an interview with Us Weekly, she couldn't help but rave about her new fiancé, sharing her excitement about this fresh chapter in her life. Shannon Storm's Beador has faced her fair share of challenges, many of which have become central to her storyline on the Real Housewives of Orange County. From the very first episode, it was clear that her marriage to David Beador was on shaky ground. "I just want to know that my husband wants to spend time with me," she lamented. In her second season, Shannon discovered that David was having an affair, prompting them to enter marriage counseling. Though it took a few more seasons for the inevitable to happen, Shannon finally announced her separation and filed for divorce in 2017. This began a lengthy and financially draining legal battle with her ex. By 2019, they reached a settlement in which Shannon received a one-time payment of $1.4 million to balance their community property, along with $10,000 per month in combined spousal and child support. She also got a BMW, a Cadillac Escalade, and access to various bank accounts. While that might sound like a lot, it wasn't nearly enough for this prominent Orange County mom. Once the divorce was finalized, Shannon quickly turned around and filed a lawsuit against her divorce attorney, claiming inadequate representation. She accused him of overlooking crucial details, like her children's future college education and failing to secure a filming release from David for their daughters. Shannon's quest for fairness didn't end with the divorce. It seemed just the beginning of her legal battles. Jen Shah made a splash when she debuted in the first season of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. With her sprawling Utah mansion, her affectionate nickname for her husband as Coach Shah, and her penchant for flying private, she seemed like the quintessential Bravo star. However, viewers soon began to wonder how she could afford such a lavish lifestyle, especially since her husband was an assistant coach and her job in marketing seemed a bit unclear. The mystery surrounding her finances was quickly unraveled when Jen was charged with running a telemarketing scheme that targeted older adults seeking business opportunities. Alongside her assistant, Stuart Smith, she offered dubious services that promised success. Once victims made purchases, Jen would sell their information to other shady organizations. Mid-season, Jen was arrested, maintaining her innocence before posting a staggering $1 million bail and heading to trial in New York. Eventually, she pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and is set to be sentenced in January 25, 23. In one tense moment, castmates wondered aloud, "Should I just call Jen and tell her that they just came here?" To which another replied, I don't think you should." The group even speculated, what if she's on the run? While Jen has received support from her fellow cast members, it seems unlikely that she'll make a return to the Real Housewives franchise. According to Andy Cohen at BravoCon 2022, considering Jen could be ordered to pay as much as $9.5 million in restitution, she might be hoping Bravo finds a way to renew her contract for a few more seasons. Taylor Armstrong shot into the national spotlight when the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills took a tragic turn with the death of her estranged husband, Russell Armstrong, who died by suicide shortly after Season 2 concluded. Their relationship had been tumultuous for years, with allegations of abuse and deep-seated trauma for Taylor to navigate. Compounding her struggles was the financial chaos Russell left behind, which included a staggering $1.5 million in debt tied to a medical records firm. Taylor was blindsided by the extent of his financial troubles, and his attorney, Ronald Richards, revealed to ABC News that she couldn't cover the debts out of pocket and had to liquidate other assets to settle them. In a painful twist, this included having to part with her stunning 10-carat engagement ring. But there's a silver lining to Taylor's story. She eventually found love again and married her attorney, receiving an equally glamorous ring. Plus, she's set to make a splash in the reality TV world again, as she's been invited to join the cast of The Real Housewives of Orange County as a friend for Season 17. Sonja Morgan's financial woes are among the most unusual on this list. When viewers first met her, she was house poor, unemployed, recently divorced, and living in her ex-husband's multi-million-dollar townhouse, which she struggled to sell, according to the New York Post. Over the next few seasons, Sonja attempted to launch various businesses, eventually finding some success with her film production company, Sonja Productions. However, things took a dramatic turn when she filed for bankruptcy, revealing that she was nearly $20 million in debt. Surprisingly, Sonja insisted that her financial troubles weren't the result of lavish spending or living beyond her means. Instead, she attributed the massive debt to a failed business venture involving John Travolta, who was set to star in Fast Flash to Bang Time, a collaboration between Sonja Productions and Hannibal Pictures. Unfortunately, her company couldn't meet Travolta's demands, and the film was never made. This led Hannibal to sue Sonja for $7 million, and they won. It took another 5 years, but Sonja finally settled the case. In an interview with E! News, she reflected on the wild ride her finances had taken. Kim Zolciak-Biermann, a standout star from the early seasons of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, struck gold with Bravo by becoming one of the few housewives to land her own spin-off. Fans have enjoyed a close look at her lavish lifestyle, including her stunning multi-million-dollar Georgia mansion, complete with a spa, basketball court, elevator, and even a home theater. These chairs are so expensive, they came from Europe and are custom-made, just like these pink stations she often shares. However, things haven't always been as smooth as she might portray. In late 2022, Kim faced significant financial challenges when reports emerged about her mansion possibly going into foreclosure. According to the U.S. Sun, the couple struggled to repay a $300,000 loan, leading to their beautiful 5-bedroom home, valued at approximately $2.6 million, being auctioned off for just $257,000. Thankfully, it appears they managed to resolve their debts and avoid foreclosure. Then things took an interesting turn. When rumors about the foreclosure spread online, Kim quickly stepped in to clarify the situation. In a now-deleted Instagram story, she claimed the reports were unfounded and assured fans that she and her family were still living comfortably in their Atlanta home. "If you think I'd let my house, into which we've invested millions, go for $257,000, you're mistaken," she declared.
If you watched TV in the 90s, you probably remember Brett Butler, who starred as Grace in ABC's hit series, Grace Under Fire. On screen, her character was strong and independent, but off-screen, Butler's life was far from stable. Despite her success and a hefty paycheck, she spiraled into addiction, which eventually affected her work and led to the show's cancellation. After leaving Los Angeles, Butler disappeared from the public eye for years. She reportedly moved to a farm in Georgia, but her life took a tragic turn when she ran out of money and ended up living in a homeless shelter. The former TV star had lost everything. Since 2012, Butler has re-emerged, gradually rebuilding her career with appearances in various shows and movies. Her journey from stardom to homelessness and back to the screen is a testament to resilience. Pamela Anderson, one of the most iconic members of the Baywatch cast, enjoyed immense success throughout her career. However, despite her fame, she faced significant financial challenges after purchasing a $1.1 million home in Malibu. The costs quickly spiraled out of control as she paid contractors for construction and struggled with back taxes, putting her in a difficult financial position. To resolve her mounting debt, Anderson was forced to sell her Malibu home for $7.75 million. While the sale provided some relief, it was a sobering reminder that even the wealthiest stars can face financial pitfalls without careful planning. Anderson's experience highlights the importance of financial savvy, even for those who seem to have it all. Her journey from the heights of stardom to grappling with debt underscores the unpredictable nature of both fame and fortune. Lena Headey, renowned for her powerful portrayals as the evil queen in HBO's Game of Thrones and the Queen in 300, may appear to be one of Hollywood's more financially secure stars. However, her personal life took a toll on her finances. A contentious divorce and custody battle left her bank account drained, with Headey reportedly having only $5,000 at one point. The financial strain became so severe that she was forced to sell her luxurious Hollywood Hills home and downsize to a more modest residence in the San Fernando Valley. Despite her on-screen success, the reality of her situation was far from the glitz and glamour associated with her career. Even now, Headey continues to deal with the aftermath of her personal struggles. She is still entangled in legal battles, managing paperwork to pay her bills and cover escalating legal fees. Natasha Lyonne. Her rise to fame began in the late 90s with her role as Tara Reid's best friend in American Pie, and she struck gold again years later with her portrayal of a female inmate in the hit series Orange is the New Black. With a long resume and plenty of success, it seems Lyonne has been thriving for years. Around 2004, despite her on-screen success, Lyonne's personal life unraveled. She was charged with various offenses, evicted from her apartment, and hit rock bottom when she ended up at a New York hospital in critical condition. Admitting herself under a fake name, Lyonne was suffering from hepatitis C, a heart infection, and a collapsed lung, with numerous track marks on her arms from drug use. At that point, she was homeless and struggling. Fortunately, Lyonne managed to turn her life around. She found a place to live, got back on her feet, and resumed steady work in the entertainment industry, proving that even the darkest times can be overcome.
Thank you for watching my video. There are many other interesting things in the next videos. Please look forward to it. Thank you and goodbye.